Hey brush buddies, welcome back to Giffy's Gallery. Welcome or welcome back to those ones that is joining me again. Thank you so much for all of your support. I really appreciate a lotl. Yes, you heard me correctly. A lotl. A lotl is like a little but a lot. Yes, I love that word. It is so amazing. Now today what we're going to do for you is we are going to draw something that is very close and very dear. My husband's sister, my sister-in-law, lost her little doggy recently, and it has been a hard time for her. Luckily she found a little one, a little kitten just before the little one, the little doggy lost its life, and it's been hard on her, and she asked me to draw a little picture for him, which I would gladly do for her. So what we're going to use today is the normal Folkart. If the light is not shining that bad on it. Well, I've always seen people use the wet palette, so and I've gotten a new mic and a new lot of other things, so I'm like, I'm not going to splurge on a wet palette now either, because that's a little bit too much. So I made a plan. I got a little bucket, if that's what you call it. As I said, my head thinks in Afrikaans sometimes and I can't get to the correct word. You're more than welcome to put the correct word or the correct grammar even in the comments if you like. I can't promise that I'm going to remember it, but I'm definitely going to try, because that's how people learn. So what I did is I put a little bit of material at the bottom and then a little sponge at the top with a palette paper over it, and I wet it so that it can keep the paint more wet for longer. And also what I've learned is, where is it now? Oh, I didn't get that. Let me get it. Got it. This one. Yeah! Some glycerin. Just plain old glycerin. But I think it's for every little, say half a teaspoon of paint, you put a drop or two of glycerin, and it keeps your paint nice and wet. Do note though that if you do put it in, it can make your paint more shiny. So if you don't like shining paint, I do not recommend this. I would recommend that you only keep it then on the wet palette, and that will keep it a little bit wetter for longer. Where the glycerin does certain paints, I've seen some of the Folkart paints and some of the apple barrel paints as well. When you put the glycerin in it, it does make it shine a little bit more, but then it's something, it makes it act more like a gouache instead of acting just like an acrylic paint. It doesn't dry that quickly, but it doesn't take that long either to dry. It depends on obviously how thick you put it on. If you put it on quite thick, you are going to be surprised that it takes a little bit longer to dry, because then it will take you anything from 10 minutes to 15 minutes to dry, instead of it drying like in 5 minutes. When you walk away, it comes back, it's normally dry quick. But if you do put the glycerin in and you put it on quite thick, it does take anything between 10, 15, 20 minutes, depends on how thick you put it on, And sometimes I enjoy that because I do like to sometimes have a nice, seamless, words. Words. The head and words. That word's gone. Transitioning? Blending, that's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes I do like it when it dries a little bit slower, because then you can blend easier with it, especially if you do faces. So, I mean, anybody likes to look good. So when I do a portrait of somebody, I don't like using harsh lines on it, because everybody likes to look good. That's why we have filters on phones. Not that I know how to use it. I think I'm giving away my age here, but I suppose that's part of life. I'm still struggling a lot with all of these new features on the phones, and there's so many all lordy-daws, and I'm just struggling to press the record button and do it. So that it feels like I'm on the stage and I need to perform really good. But I suppose I'll get used to it. But yes, as I said, if you have any comments to give me pointers on how to feel more comfortable behind the camera, you're more than welcome to tell me, because I would really appreciate that. I do struggle a lot when I press that button. I feel so stupid. As I'm starting this painting, I'm pretty sure that all of you have got a lovely little pet that you have a story about that you can share with us in the comments, and tell us what makes them special and what makes them them. Maritza a message so that she can tell me what made Ziva Ziva, and she sent me the cutest little message back and saying that Ziva was the most lovable, kind dog ever, and she loved cuddling. When they were sitting watching TV, just chilling, Ziva will jump onto the couch, just fall next to you with the tummy wide open with begging eyes, just for scratches and love and cuddles all day long. She always used to wake up very early in the morning. So when it gets time to get ready for work and she had to put her socks on, Ziva used to come and grab the socks and run with it so that she can have a little bit of extra time playing with her. I suppose it was a trade-off. She wakes up early enough, she won't be late for work, but she wants that little bit of extra time. Never needed her alarm clock. Here's my little Ziva, and I think she came out pretty cool, and her owner loves her. She thinks it's absolutely gorgeous. I opt out on not doing a complete background. I think that's the only thing that I do good enough, is an abstract background. The rest of the time when I try to do abstract, it just never comes out right. I did a table once. I made a little table, a gold, black and white table that I made for my daughter, and that was abstract, and it actually came out not too bad. Maybe I'm gonna dabble into that again. Let me know. You're still gonna hear me stumble on a lot of words. English is not my first language. I am Afrikaans. I'm from South Africa, so it's not easy sometimes. Sometimes I see the word in my head in Afrikaans, and then there's just a blank in my head. So if you hear me use Afrikaans word and you don't understand me, you're more than welcome to ask me what it means. If you want me to use more Afrikaans words and also, tell you what the meaning of them are, you're more than welcome. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you want. So thank you for joining me again, and all for the first time. Please don't hesitate to subscribe. I'm going to try and make it bigger and better every time. Can't promise you that I'm going to be the best in the beginning. I'm going to try my best to do better movies, or better, again, there we go again, see now. better videos every time, and I'm gonna try and make the editing better, and let me know what you would like from me and what you think is absolutely dumb of me. I'm up for criticism. It's fine, positive criticism, as I said. And you're more than welcome to go and watch my little shorts that I make every day. I've got a little series on there that are drawing famous people until I make it, or I try to draw famous people until I can make it. So, and then I've also done the entire Inktober, and I absolutely love what I did this Inktober. I think it's so much better than the previous Inktober, and you could also on it see that when I've started doing this year's Inktober, I didn't draw for almost the entire year. And when I started drawing, you could see in my work that, you know, I haven't drawn for a long time. And the progress that I saw in just a month was astonishing. I was so surprised by it that I just kept on going, and I decided this is the year that I'm going to try and be on YouTube no matter what. I'm just going to go for it. So just before we end this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe, like, press that notification button, and even share it with somebody that you think might like it. I would really appreciate it. Every little bit counts. If you share it with somebody, somebody else can share it with somebody else, and off it goes, and you know the